Coming up on Pierce County News,
But if you care about them like I do, it matters.
the county discusses drug injection sites, key points in the state of the county, and soccer hits a home run in Tacoma. Hi, and welcome to Pierce County News. I'm Matt Samsel. A prohibition of safe drug injection sites is being considered by the Pierce County Council. The ordinance would keep drug injection sites out of unincorporated Pierce County.
Now, who's going to go in and say to the nice neighbor, oh, by the way, we're going to have a safe injection site, quote unquote, safe injection site, right here next door to you. We hope you'll be fine with that.
We are having a conversation about preventing a tool without even exploring whether or not that tool has value is beyond me.
Members of the Rules Committee voted to forward the legislation onto the Planning Commission in April, and a final council vote is expected in May. Pierce County Animal Control wants you to know how to report a dangerous dog in your neighborhood. Use the online form to report animal control complaints, including animal bites and animals on the loose. This includes cruelty and vicious animal issues as well. Pierce County Animal Control serves unincorporated Pierce County, Carbonado, South Prairie, and the cities of University Place, Fife, and Ording. Go online for a link for other providers. Hundreds of people volunteer for Pierce County government, and every March, the county has a special way of thanking them. The volunteers were celebrated at Pierce County's annual volunteer brunch. Pierce County Council Chair Doug Richardson says without volunteers, the county would be less effective.
They're not doing it for recognition. They're doing it for, wanting to give back to their community, or they have a real passion for something.
There's a whole new ball game at Cheney Stadium. Seattle Sounders FC2 soccer team now shares the Tacoma Rainiers baseball stadium as home turf. A special look at their home opener later in our show. It's the Pierce County Executive's most important speech of the year. Megan Hutton has more on the big topics in the 2018 State of the County Address.
The State of the County Address by Pierce County Executive Bruce Stanmeyer included major announcements. Behavioral health remains a priority, with new money to establish a mental health clinic for post-9/11 veterans in Lakewood that will be up and running by summer.
If a veteran is struggling with PTSD, they can get help, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. And if a veteran is in crisis, they can get in that same day for treatment.
Stanmeyer is proposing $6 million to fund a new crisis center in Spanaway that could break ground by the end of this year.
Thanks to our partners at Optum, the Accountable Community of Health, the Council, and other partners, we have secured $6 million in funding to build a new crisis center where it's needed most, the Parkland-Spanaway area. As many as 2,000 individuals in crisis will receive appropriate care each year.
When it comes to managing the budget, the executive would like to see Pierce County change to a budget cycle of every other year. Doing it annually consumes a lot of staff time over 9 months. This change would require a charter amendment.
This is how the state and many other local governments budget. It's more efficient, encourages us to plan over a longer term, and frees up more time for the critical work of evaluating program performance.
The executive touted accomplishments, including the signing of the Washington Task Force 1 agreement, adding 23 new sheriff deputies over the last 5 years, decreasing behavioral health calls to 911 by funneling those medical needs to case managers with the new mobile community intervention response team, and launching an online public records portal to improve open government and transparency. The executive also plans to start a day laborer program this summer that will hire people who are experiencing homelessness. If you missed the speech, watch it online at piercecountytv.org. Megan Hutton, Pierce County News.
The Fife Police Department has some new programs for people who live in the city, covering everything from babies to businesses. Greg McClellan has more on the community programs you'll want to check out.
When you're hauling precious cargo, it's important for the parents to make sure the car seat is properly installed. The Fife Police Department now offers free car seat checks.
it's awfully loose. So what we've done initially is once we made sure that there were no twists in the latch system itself, here's a little tip. So as you're grabbing the tightening belt, if you take your other hand and you push directly down as you're tightening, once you do that, it creates enough tension to where when you go to adjust the side to side, you have less than 1 inch.
The stats clearly show that using child booster seats and safety seats definitely increases the survivability of a crash for a child, and you should take that very seriously.
So as soon as the child's weight and the car seat weight combined equals 65 pounds, you'll need to switch over to the seatbelt system.
You can also schedule a free car seat check by calling the Fife Police Department. Officers will also offer the service at community events, like the Fife Harvest Festival.
So this is just a tad bit loose. I would tighten it up just a little bit, but you just want to make sure here and here you're not able to pinch that material. Another thing is this clip right here. You want it even with their armpits. You don't want it on their sternum. You don't want it up too close to their neck. So you want it just a little bit taller, just right about there, and I would snug this up just a hair.
Helping businesses around Fife is also the focus of some new community policing programs. This includes a block watch among businesses, crime mapping software on the city's website, fingerprinting services, and coffee with the chief.
We want to be really accessible to our business owners and our residents, and it gives me a chance to have one-on-one conversations kind of in a group setting about how we can better serve our community.
You can learn more about all of these services on the City of Fife's website. Greg McClellan, Pierce County News.
Sports history was made in Tacoma with the arrival of professional soccer at Cheney Stadium. If you weren't part of the sold-out crowd, here's a look at the inaugural match.
Fantastic. Bobby, you want a program?
Yeah. Thank you. Enjoy the game, guys.
All right.
It was a historic night in Tacoma as the Seattle Sounders 2 opened their season to a new hometown crowd.
I usually don't get to go to Seattle that much and see them, so I think it's a really cool opportunity to see them in my town.
I think it's awesome because I've never really known that there was a Sounders 2, and I've only known the Sounders 1.
Cheney Stadium gave S2 players something they didn't have before, a sold-out crowd. More than 6,000 people, and a taste of CenturyLink Field.
For these young guys who maybe haven't played with the first team or even trained with them, to get an atmosphere like this definitely helps in their development, the intensity of play. Hopefully it's a packed house and the fans are loud, and that aspect of the game helps kids mature.
Yo, I heard the party deck sold out and stuff like that, so we're excited about that kind of thing.
Players and fans alike were curious to see how the soccer field would cover the baseball diamond that Rainiers fans know so well.
Very excited to be here. Excited to be training and playing on grass, which is a big thing for us. And the stadium's beautiful.
The starting 11 kicked off their first match at Cheney, but couldn't hold off the Portland Timbers in the 30th minute.
They're talented, they're exciting, they make me angry, all rolled into one. Our youngest player is 15, our oldest player is 23. We get some first teamers occasionally come down and play.
Felix Checkham scored the Sounders' first Tacoma goal on a penalty kick in the 43rd minute.
Great game, excellent execution, and we're happy to be here. Sounders 2!
It was fitting. Just 2 minutes later, the Sounders would score again. The Sounders would clinch their win in Tacoma 2-1, and fans are already hooked.
I think it's obviously a hit.
We're going to be fans. We've been fans of the Sounders for a long time. So
we have our season tickets.
We have a goal as a team to, make the playoffs obviously this year and be a dominant team while also, being one of the younger teams.
A winning home opener in front of a new hometown crowd on a clear night, you couldn't ask for more. Success on the field can be measured in more ways than just the final score. A lot has to do with someone's physical and mental approach. Tacoma's Colleen Hacker gets big and small-time athletes ready to go up here. Megan Hutton tells us more.
Dr. Colleen Hacker's office at Pacific Lutheran University is a showcase of many accomplishments. Collections of soccer championships adorn the walls. As head coach of the PLU women's program, the mental skills coach for the U.S. Women's World Cup, and medal-winning Olympic soccer teams. Hackers' methods enhance performance and maximize talent through imagery, distraction control, and concentration training.
Somatic control, so being able to control the jitters for those big performances.
Most recently, she led the U.S. women's hockey team to gold at the 2018 Winter Olympics as their mental skills coach.
The 96, the first gold medal in women's soccer, and then followed that by the 99 World Cup. And this gold medal following a 20-year drought. I mean, it's epic.
A professor in kinesiology at Pacific Lutheran, Hacker is one of the best mental skills coaches in the world, but her influence goes beyond world-class athletes. Hacker's Success Soccer Camp celebrates its 26th year at Sprinker Recreation Center, where kids from 6 to 17 years old have a ball every summer.
They get 2 sessions from Coach Colleen or from Dr. Hacker every single day of camp, so we're weaving in that mental toughness training and that mental skills training, even with the young ones.
U.S. Olympian Stephanie Cox was a member of the gold medal soccer team in 2008. She occasionally speaks to Professor Hacker's students at PLU. Cox passes on many of Hacker's lessons as the Gig Harbor girls soccer team coach. To this day, she admires Hacker's passion.
I got to come and speak at one of her camps, and man, the way she introduced me, I was like, oh wow, that's cool. You know, she just has so much energy and it's so contagious for life. And I guess, you know, that she can pass that on to the kids in the community is great.
As baseball legend Yogi Berra once said, 90% of the game is half mental.
I just get to work with the best people in the world at what they do. So there's nobody that's in second place. I have the best job in America. I'm aware of it, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have it.
You can register for Colleen Hacker's Success Soccer Camp through Pierce County Parks and Recreation. Megan Hutton, Pierce County News.
Let's take a look at what we're seeing on social media. The annual egg hunt in DuPont's Powderworks Park is on Saturday, March 31st. Bring your Easter egg basket and arrive by noon. Hunts for each age group are spaced 10 minutes apart, starting with the youngest kids at 12:10. The last group for teens and adults goes out at 12:50. Get ready for the 85th annual Daffodil Festival and Parade. The signature event starts Saturday, April 7th in Tacoma at 10:15 a.m. It'll hit Puyallup at 12:45, Sumner at 2:30, and Orting at 5 p.m. Go to the daffodilfestival.org for more details. And you can see Pierce County from here on PCTV. We have the original programming you can't find anywhere else. Find us on Facebook and Twitter for a behind-the-scenes look at what we're covering this week. I'm Matt Samsel. Thanks for watching Pierce County News.